I'll put you in a trance. Let's party. Boogie in your body. Move that body, move that body. Make sure you don't hurt nobody. I say, hey, 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 feeling the fire with a burning desire. Yeah, get up off of that thing. Dance and shake and let's swing. Come on, go, let me rock the world. While I put you in a trance, let's party. Boogie in your body, move that body, move that body. Make sure you don't hurt nobody. I say, hey, 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 feeling the fire with a burning desire. Yeah, get up off of that thing. Dance and shake and let's swing. Come on, go, let me rock the world.
It's not a big deal. We can handle it. I don't have to think about it. What we need to do is clear. Don't you think? I don't know any other answer than yeah. And I don't need to know. Now it's your turn. Cat got your time. I'm ready for this one to punch you. Bird and bird, it's a vacant turn. Your regret that no one knows. Bird and bird, keep going, that's the last sound you ever hear. The kiss of death. Sorry about that. You thought it through. I don't have to think about it. Because there's those who believe. What about you? When I'm older, can I do anything? I want to keep it that way. Now it's your turn. Could got your time. I'm ready for this one to punch you. Bird and a bird is a vacant turn. Your regret that no one knows. Bird and a bird, keep going, that's the last sound you ever hear. The kiss of death. 揺れるフローヘルこの胸をくすぐるよ忘れてしまいたい涙の枯れた地獄の日々は二度と繰り返さない一人に怯えてる絶対的な存在それが You are the fearful shadow 今もあの海のように静かにその時を待ってる Grow 全て灰になれ悲しみに揺れるシャドウ闇を消えて Leave the fall そして解き放ってまどろみで揺れるフローヘルこの胸をくすぐるよ Grow 全て灰になれ悲しみに揺れるシャドウ闇を消えて Leave the fall そして解き放ってまどろみで揺れるフローヘルこの胸をくすぐるよ愛してたと嘆くにはあまりにも時は過ぎてしまったまだ心のほころびを癒せぬまま風が吹いてる一つの目で明日を見て一つの目で昨日を見つめてる君の愛のゆりかごでもう一度安らかに眠れたら乾いた瞳で誰か泣いてくれ君が知りたいだけ泥の川に浸かった人生も悪くはない一度きりで終わるならに満ちた絶望と罠が仕掛けられてるこのチャンス何が くて悪いのか、コインの表と裏みたいだ。どれだけ生きれば癒されるのだろう。The real blues 本当の喜びが知りたいだけ、光るもののすべてがフロントは限らない。 The real blues 本当の悲しみが知りたいだけ、泥の代わり使った人生も悪くはない。一度きりで終わるなら
Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of Weeb and Talkin with your hosts, Darkscreen, as well as Sir Squiggleton, who is kind of occupied at the moment, which is the perfect time to talk about the music that was covered here. We start with a little bit of Iwatodai Dorm from Persona 3, because that's something I always play whenever I can't think of anything. And I played Gold Lewis Dickinson's theme because he came out earlier last week, a character from Guilty Gear Strive. And then afterwards, I don't know if I played anything in between that, but I did play the Real Folk Blues and the closing song to Outlaw Star. I'm sure most of you guys know what that stuff pertains to. Also, Outlaw Star doesn't need a second season, trust me. Show's great on its own. But anyways, you are looking at a title holder, motherfuckers. Yep, that's right. I officially own a title belt that I've been a title holder for at least a week now. We'll get into that later. But until Squiggleton gives the okay that we're ready to go, I'm going to see if I can hold the chat over for some stuff. But yeah, MechaCon, its final MechaCon happened a week ago. And that's why you're looking at a completely different layout for this week's stream. No, we're not doing it at the Genshiken Clubhouse. We are now currently doing it at my hotel room viewing the window, which is the glorious Superdome. So, also there's a lot of other shit to cover. But I'll wait until Squiggleton's ready. In fact, let me see if he actually is. The job he pertains to apparently has him distracted at the last minute. I don't want to spill too much about his professional life, but yeah. I'll unmute myself for now. Alright. Anyways, where can I start with this convention? Obviously, I know you guys heard me kind of complain about this in the previous streams. It was originally planned for 2020, but they pushed it back to 2021. There's some mishaps here and there. The convention isn't what it was originally supposed to be. And to be honest, there were a lot of setbacks and a lot of flaws. And I do have some criticisms, but regardless, I still had a great time attending the convention. In fact, I stayed at the hotel for 4 days as opposed to the usual 3, which is Friday to Sunday. I checked in at a Thursday morning, which anyone who's used an Uber or a Lyft driver, and has anyone actually used an Uber or Lyft driver to drive to have them be transported from city to city on the interstate? And if any of you guys in the chat done that, how fast were they driving? Because I have a story that nearly scared the crap out of me just in the morning. Because like I said, that was my first ever Lyft driver that I ever used. And apparently Squiggleton's going to be stuck for a while because well, I'm not going to say too much. I don't. Just the off chance this person he's calling happens to be listening to this stream. Anyways, anyone? Okay, so Ifrit never had a Lyft driver take him city to city. Was it just me? I say that because I had the driver, and he showed up in the time I requested. I scheduled ahead of time, and I was able to get my stuff in. And he drove me. He made it to the destination, but the guy was on the interstate at literally 80 miles an hour. Now, I don't know what the rest of the country is, but the usual speed limits for these interstates are 70. So I was a little bit nervous. I was like, I think you're driving too fast. You might get pulled over, or you might. And keep in mind, when I get to New Orleans, I have to drive. You have to drive over a bridge for like 5 to 10 minutes. And there's water underneath. And drowning in a car is one of my biggest phobias. That being said, the driver was pretty cool. He was really nice. He allowed me to put my luggage in the back seat where I could just hold on to it. And I tipped him after he made our destination. I was there in like 30 minutes. And that's the other wild thing. Have you ever checked in at a convention the morning before the chaos ensues at a convention? Everything is so peaceful and quiet, and the elevators are always easily accessible. It was heaven, I tell you. So, and my two buddies, Windsor and the Fighting Gentleman, they were also coming into the convention, but they were coming in hours later. But I decided to secure that hotel room closer. And here's the best part. Here's the best part. I wanted to make sure to keep with tradition. I have a hotel window viewing, and let me hide this logo for a little bit. I wanted a good view of the Superdome. Look at it in all its glory. And the hotel I was staying at actually offered $5 a night. And I was trying to book it that way, but for some reason the website won't let me. I tried to call someone. No one would answer for over an hour. So I came up to the front desk and I asked the clerk there who was checking me in. Is like, I'm trying to get a room with a window view in the Superdome, and you guys offered me a deal to charge $5 a night, but I wasn't able to get it. And she's like, oh, okay, we'll just take your word for it. And I'm like, are you sure? I mean, I can pull up the email that you guys sent me right now that I'm trying to do. And she's like, no, that's fine. Five extra dollars a night. Sure, we'll give you a room with the Superdome. And I was like, oh, great, thanks. So, yeah, the clerk. I know a lot of people had some bad checking experiences, including my IRL friend Terry, who I reunited with after 7 years or some shit. Had some bad experiences, but for me personally, checking in at the hotel was super fucking convenient. Let me tell you, man. So, and yeah, I was able to get that fucking, yeah. And I specifically chose to sleep on the bed closest to the dome, but my drunk ass friend was trying to protest against it. I don't know if I want to get into that detail or not. I did send the stream links to both Windsor and the Fighting Gentleman. I don't know if they're actually going to watch or listen or even come in and tell their sides of the story, but there was one night where I tried to get Fighting Gentleman off of my bed because I already established hours earlier that was the bed I was going to sleep in, but he's like, no, I want to sleep in here. And it's like, man, yeah, the bed's close to the bathroom. Just go there. It's no fuck. It was pretty intense. All right. Well, it's almost time for Squiggleton to clock out, so I'm just waiting on him. Yeah, the convention itself. If it wasn't a grand finale, this convention might have sucked. Because remember a couple weeks ago when I said that Steve Bloom and Mary Elizabeth McGlynn were going to show up? Well, apparently they didn't show up. they cited health reasons. They didn't specifically say COVID, but they said health reasons. So we don't know what it is, and I wish them the best of luck with their health concerns. I hope whatever happens they make a full recovery. One of the two. So, yeah, the only two voice actors I remotely care about weren't at the convention. So, here's the fun thing. I only went to like 3 or 4 panels in the span of the 3 days. I used to visit a shit ton of panels, but here I was more conservative. But I did do a lot of crazy shit, including winning a championship belt, which I want to get into. I want to get into once Squiggleton shows up. Anyways, now's a good time for a question or two. So I'm gonna wait for some Q&A. Yeah, this. By the way, I was viewing this from the 24th floor from my hotel. And we're probably gonna talk about some other shit. Um, Here's one thing I want to talk about that most people aren't going to be comfortable about. Last week, I saw a Christian cosplayer, and I even took a photo of the person. No, I'm not going to show that photo because of the bad timing between her cosplay and then days later of the controversy of the character who she's supposedly cosplaying. Um, because she might get some unneeded harassment. I don't want that shit. Person was really nice. What would you give MechaCon? On a scale of 1 to 5, because I like to rate things on the fives, 4, 4.5. I was able to stay for the closing ceremonies, and I was holding back tears during the closing ceremonies. I was trying not to cry. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. Shit. But aside from winning a tabletop wrestling belt, what other stuff did you do in MechaCon? Well, I did attend a couple panels, including one by 2 comedy writers from Oklahoma. So Tom might actually get a glee from that if he's around. Tom, are you here? Shout out. In fact, let me send Tom. Let me send Tom. Let me talk to Tom. But that might have been the best panel I've been to because the panel was just everyone shooting the shit on various things, including the weather in Louisiana. That's it. And I was able, I was able to, because people were talking about terrible anime. One person said Dragon Half, and I'm like, no, that's not terrible anime. And one person was like, well, the season 2 of The Promised Neverland. It's like, okay, I could see that as disappointing, but it's not nowhere as bad. And that's when I said, it's like, let me tell you about a bad anime called Master of Martial Arts. And I was able to describe it as spoiler free as possible. I don't know. One of the guys who was hosting the panel said, I really like you. You've been the best person in this entire in this entire panel. And I wanted to take a photo with him, but I couldn't. So I'll find out who the 2 writers are. But like I said, they're. Oh. Okay, that's weird. For some reason, the second you jumped in, my microphone disconnected. Oh. Whoa, hang on a second. Nobody can hear you. This is some weird shit. Let me fix this.
Okay. Oh. Let me see if I can hear myself.
Playback, blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, I'm really quiet. Okay. But I'm just looking through the photos. I see the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. How tall is that Demetrius? I've never met you in person, so I don't know how tall you are.
Alright, so I'm about 6'1" to 6'3". The person who's playing Limi Dimitrescu, who is actually the master of hosts, Queen D. I don't know if this person's gay or transgendered, but very charismatic fellow. I like Queen D.
Yeah.
And Queen D, yeah, Queen D
okay.
also hates
SJWs.
Alright, anyways, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So you said they were a drag queen or something?
I don't know if the person...
Oh, okay. You don't know what the... Oh, well, whatever, something.
We haven't talked that much. All I know is that Queen D's Lady D cosplay was actually pretty good, so I wanted to take a photo with the person.
What a badass.
Yeah.
That's all that matters in the end.
In fact, it was Queen D's idea. It's like, I want to do something fun with that bill of yours. It's like, what is it? I want to play tug war with it. It's like, oh yeah, sure, let's do that. And that's
great.
That was Queen D's idea for us two to wrestle over the belt. But yeah, I am a champion.
Oh yeah, yep, you are. Do you know
I'm
about
a
that?
champ. Tell me
I'm a champion.
I'm a champ. Tell me I'm better than Shawn Michaels.
I got some good hits in though, right?
That's not how a wrestling match works. I don't know. I felt like I won there. Just admit
I won that match.
Just admit that you lost. No. Then fight me again. No. Well, yeah,
No.
Will. You're not as good as Shawn Michaels. Okay. Yeah, Chimkuza, I don't know why that person said Dragon Half was awful, because I thought, okay, it was definitely incomplete compared to the manga, but the anime itself sold me on the manga that way, so...
Yeah, that happens a lot with...
Alright. So, did you check out some mecha anime or video games at MechaCon? There is a Mech Warrior display case over every year at MechaCon. I never went to it this year because I've played before. It's pretty fun, but it's not something I'm super into. I'm trying to think. I guess I didn't play any Mecha games there. Here's the fun thing, though. At the arcade, my local VR arcade store was hosting a display there. They had like six games available to play, $5 for 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? Every time I got bored, I was like, you know what? I threw $10 at him. I was like, give me 10 minutes of super hot VR.
Hell yeah. Oh, man, Super Hot VR is so much fun.
Yes, it fucking is.
All you people talking about the worst anime, you people don't know what bad anime is until you've watched some of the crap. If you have watched, oh god, Oiseki Chushin D, you don't know what bad anime is. If you haven't watched the final episodes of Wizard Barristers before they were released on Blu-ray, you don't know what bad anime is. If you never watched, Magical Warfare, you don't know what bad anime is.
If you haven't seen King's Game, you don't know what bad anime is.
The last few episodes of Master of Martial Arts.
Yeah, I said that's a terrible anime. It started off bad already, but the final episode, let me fucking tell you.
If you haven't seen Pupa, you don't know what bad anime is. Oh my god, Pupa.
So people who say, "Oh, Naruto's the worst anime ever," you know, I am not the biggest fan. I am not the biggest supporter of Naruto, and I don't like it. But worst anime ever?
No,
not by 10 miles.
Yeah, that's like people who like. Okay, the comparison I would give is people who be like, man, Call of Duty is the worst video game ever made, and like they don't know Superman 64 or like something like The Risers exists. I showed we were talking about bad fighting games. I showed my friend The Risers, which is like this horrible fighting game that has the worst art style I've ever seen, where as characters take damage, their models themselves get all dented in like they're made out of clay, and it's horrifying. The game moves at like 140 frames per second constantly.
SD Gundam Force, that's a children's anime, okay?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Fine.
And people going, oh my...
It should have never aired on Toonami.
Yeah.
But it's not something I consider bad.
Yeah. There's also those like weird cases you get where it's like, this is like okay and kind of boring, but the message it gives is like outright harmful. Like that long talk that Wooly and Pat had about the medium.
Or Steven Universe.
Yeah. Befriend the Nazis.
Alright, so I did manage to buy some stuff from the dealer's room. The dealer's room itself had some good things, but it didn't have enough for me to splurge. So, I did find a new top nep hat.
Hell yeah.
That had like a glitterly purple font to it, so I decided to pick up that. I picked up a model kit of Kamen Rider Decade, because I never got a Kamen Rider model kit before. I picked up 2 mangas. The first one is Volume 1 of Gigant, or Gigant.
I know Gigant, because of course I would.
And I decided to binge read it at the manga library in my convention. I thought it was okay so far.
The issue I had with it when I read it was I turned into Millhouse going, when are they gonna get to the Giantess factory?
Okay, that's weird, because in the first volume, halfway into it, she does become a giantess.
Yeah, but I meant it did take like a while. For an actual like major scene. I think it was like the end of like the volume was when like the first like big like kaiju happened.
Yeah, that's where the first volume ends. It ends with a giant earthquake because of this weird website. But that being said, earlier you do see Big Woman, and
yes,
I'm gonna get to Big Women later. But
I'm just saying I'm shocked it wasn't in the first chapter.
But the other comic I picked up from the same booth is called Andre the Giant: Life and Legend by Box Brown. It's basically a comic book telling of some of Andre's historical highlights.
Wait, that could fill a book.
Yeah, I thought the comic book was.
I could fill several books. I could fill some. That's an omnibus.
Pretty fun. It was pretty fun. I heard the artist did the same thing for Andy Kaufman, so maybe I'll pick that up one day.
Oh, please tell me they like draw Andy Kaufman to look like an actual wrestler, or like do like the like hyper exaggerated designs from like from WWE All Stars or whatever.
Doubtful.
We give him the physique of Alex from Street Fighter or something.
Doubtful, but if I ever do find that Andy Kaufman comic, him and Jerry Lawler feud is something I'm super looking forward to, because that was one of the best moments in wrestling history.
Yeah. Oh. It's been a pretty packed 2 weeks, honestly. Like, sometimes when we take a break, we don't have much to talk about, but holy shit, like, stop the world, I want to get off to catch up.
That's funny, because I like jalapeno flavored ketchup. That's the other thing. When I was in New Orleans, we tried some good food.
Hell yeah. New Orleans has some of the best food in the country, in my opinion.
See, originally, there was a Walk-On's right next to our hotel, but apparently that's been closed because of the Rona. So Windsor proposed that proposed that we should visit a Creole restaurant called the Sorella 5 nearby, but here's the problem. During that time, I was doing a tabletop Robotech RPG session. And at first I was kind of not into it. They had pre-made character sheets. I was a mercenary, as well as this other person. We had one ace pilot, one leader, and I can't remember what the fifth person was, but he was cosplaying in steampunk gear. But the tabletop RPG is very interesting because there's no d20. It involves rolling a set of 1d6 die, and it depends on how many successes you roll. So if you roll a d5, that's one success. A d6, that counts as 2. So you do the math that way, depending on the number of die you need to roll. So we were fighting off a Hello?
Yeah, oh no, I'm just listening.
Okay. It's just that when people get extra quiet, I think I might have DC'd. Or my computer might have fried.
That is a totally viable fear, because usually I can't shut my god, so that's fine.
Right. So, anyways. The squad is filled with a ragtag group of idiots. Our ace pilot only cares about coffee. He only wants a Keurig in his fucking machine, which he got. I don't know how, but we did some silly shit. Like we infiltrated inside one of the Zentradi ships. I tried to turn into fighter mode, which is the humanoid mecha version of the transformation. Because I don't know if you know this about Robotech, but the Valkyries have 3 forms. They have a jet form, a robot form, and a form that's like in between where it's the jet but you still have the arms and the legs. It's either called the Guardian mode or the Gurwalk mode, but I tried to turn into the robot form. I failed the rolls. I crashed right into the wall. Thankfully I didn't die, but it still looks humiliating from my perspective. That being said, and here's the funny thing, I was playing with somebody who was already a group of friends with one another, and this one woman shows up. She's like, "Hey, no, I'm just here to watch my friends make asses out of themselves." And the DM is like, "Okay, so what do you think about the session so far?" Even though she just walked in, she goes, "Well, I'm gonna say that guy is the worst pilot," and everyone busts out laughing. Because she was right. Because he shot his fucking missile barrage in the middle of a hallway, managed to suck everyone, including himself, out of the air, including one of our pilots who was laying prone, sucked out of the air. That
sounds like some That's tabletop shit. That will always happen.
She was given the role. She was given the role of the Lisa Hayes / Captain Global archetype, where she runs the SDF Omega, and thankfully she was able to launch her super beam, and we had a couple turns to evacuate. One of the other mercenary pilots was trying to lay a distraction, but he was failing, but I was able to spend some skill points, and the DM is like, "You should thank this man. He saved your life at the last minute." I saved a guy's life at the last minute as we managed to escape and take out not just the last Zentradi battleship, but the head commanding ship. So we managed to beat them and win. No casualties. It was an amazing session. Right. I was super into it.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I really want to try out some more sci-fi based, just like non-fantasy based tabletop. I did use mess around and playtest my friend's tabletop, which is more like akin to a modern day setting, and that was pretty fun. But I think after a while, it just turns into like it stops being a numbers game and just turns into like, does the DM allow you to do the dumb thing you want to do? So there's not really much strategy to it at that point. It's just we're gonna see if we can make a giant mega laser out of all the bullshit we.
I'm trying to find out what the Robotech tabletop RPG was called, because they actually sold it in the tabletop room.
Was it actually like a Robotech thing, or was it just Robotech inspired?
No, it was straight up Robotech. The guy had had that. You know what? I could throw some pics.
Oh no, that. Sounds great. I'd like to see that. So.
All right. First things first, let's see if I actually saved into my computer. Press A to go.
That's one of my favorite titles. Oh, I have been watching a lot more anime lately, actually. Yeah, I watched her play.
Too much anime, I bet.
I wouldn't say too much, but I've been enjoying her. I really like how creative she's gotten with the streams. Oh, also, random baton pass that happened in Hololive. Hachama is doing the meme reviews now.
Okay, I didn't upload it in my Facebook gallery, but I know I have that picture somewhere, so...
Okay, you know what? Chimp Kusa brings up a good point about the earlier topic about bad anime. So I was mentioning, like, competently made things that have, like, a horrible moral standpoint to them. Kodomo no Jikan is that. It's pretty competently made. I understand that the writing's probably decent, but oh god, it preaches a very troubling topic.
Did I ever told you that a woman made that series?
I'm aware. I think we say that every time it comes up, and it comes up way too often.
Well,
because those things Al likes to talk
here's
about.
the thing. Big Al mentioned it at one point. He said it was made by a group of degenerates, and I wanted to correct him. It's like, actually, a woman made this.
Yeah, women can be degenerates. Women write... women write the best smut, in my opinion.
That is true.
Like, that's the thing, is that I follow a bunch of lewd artists and stuff, and all the female artists I follow, like, who write stories, that's some pretty hot shit a lot of the time.
I'm trying to remember the name of the company that did the tabletops. Oh, by the way, I bought a fucking t-shirt of Ibuki Miyoda from Danganronpa.
Oh, yay. I love
it's size extra large, and I still can fit into it nicely. I know, because I'm wearing that shirt right fucking now.
Hell yeah. Good taste with them.
Yeah. Okay. Here's footage of me.
Thing Ned's up.
Okay. So I participate in the night rave, which, by the way, the only way you can actually get in that rave if you prove that you're vaccinated. So I was like, okay, you're not a dancer, Darkstream, and you're not into this thing. It's like, no, but I want to see cosplay. I want to see cosplayers dance on stage, and I got that, including one Junko cosplayer.
Hell yeah.
It's like, yeah, but you could have gone to a strip club, and I'm like, yeah, but is that stripper gonna dress as Junko? Well,
I would fucking go to a strip club with someone dressed as Junko.
I do love the fact I ran into a pair of thick women cosplaying as Wario and Waluigi.
Perfect.
I also found out. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Where the fuck is it? Alright. I'm only going to share this in my Discord. I'm not going to go through the extra... Well, maybe I will. I don't know. Who knows? But here's the Here was the guy's DM board. It's sending. Alright, there it is. So yeah, it's official tabletop game. I can't remember what the devs were called, and it was being sold at the tabletop shop on the same floor. By the way, there's also an Agretzko card game too.
Like a deck building game?
I think so, but yeah,
Okay.
all
Everything is a deck building.
But I kind of regret not purchasing it because A, it was almost $80, and B, I was like, well, I'm not going to see some friends locally. It wasn't until later the voice in the back of my head went, dumbass, you could still do this over Discord.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I ever told the story about how I got an entire basement full of people that hate me because of the way I played a deck game. So I used to go to a game night before COVID and got kind of dismantled, but a few times there we would just play, like, they bought like every board game you could think, and one of the things they bought was a Rick and Morty deck building, and I was playing this. And I'm just looking at the cards. I had no idea what the general flow of the game was. So I just picked and built a deck off what I thought sounded good, drawing from the only card game I know, which happens to be Yu-Gi-Oh! And I know that card advantage is the best thing you can do in that game, and drawing cards is OP as fuck. So I built my entire deck upon drawing cards. So every time it was my turn, I would draw like half the deck and play so many cards to draw the rest of the deck and just build up a bunch of resources. So my turns would take like 5 minutes, and like everyone just started hating me as I'm building up points like a lunatic. It's like, well, I drew half the deck, and now I return my discard pile to the deck and shuffle it and redraw that. It's cool. Like, you're building up as many points as we do in 30 seconds, but it's taking you 5 minutes. See, I'm like, yeah, I know how to play.
It wasn't the Palladium Robotech game. Fuck, what was it? Trying to find it. Shit. I think I found it. It's from Strange Machine Games.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Let's
see. I want to say it's from Strange Machine. I hope I'm not wrong.
Strange Machine. I'm pretty sure I've heard that.
Yeah, they're the ones who did a Robotech. Yep, I'm looking at their website right now. That was the mission we did. Robotech Brace for Impact is a semi-cooperative game up to 15 players. The game pits one Zentradi player against 15 RDF players. Heroes must try to save the ship, blah, blah, blah. It has to be that. This has to be the game.
It
has to be from Strange Machine. But yeah, that was the tabletop RPG, and I had a fuck ton of fun on that.
Valiant Wars Attack on SDF-1. Yeah, Valiant. Yep, yep. Robotech Reconstruction.
Also, another tabletop game I played was a completely different wrestling RPG. So there's two. Okay, so there's two different wrestling tabletops we played. When I went to when I went to the wrestling session Friday morning, we were playing Wild World Wrestling. And it was an 8-man battle royale. The last two survivors are competing for the belt. I was playing as Mack Truck Owens. And I was doing pretty well. I even managed to throw over the giant babyface, aka the Lumberjack, over. And it wasn't until this one person I was working on, his tag team partner decided to change direction, attack me as well, that Mack Truck Owens got thrown over. So he was disqualified. I left. I decided to check out the dealer's room. So, my friend from the anime club, Zach, showed up, who you might know in the chat as Warlord Squirrel. I don't know if he's actually going to be here or not. But he was in the Battle Royale as Dropkick Murphy.
Good name.
Yep, name after a band.
One of my favorite bands. I saw them live. Crazy show.
I call him up. I said, "Hey, what were the results of that Battle Royale?" He says, "I'm in the finals. I'm gonna compete for the belt." And I go, "Great. Who's your opponent?" And he says, "It's Average Joe." And I'm like, "Oh no." Okay. To best describe Average Joe, think of the effeminate wrestlers like Goldust, Adrian Adonis, Adrian Street, but this person is built like a monster on the likes of Vader or Yokozuna or maybe even a more heavyset Undertaker. That is Average Joe. This androgynous, beautiful, large individual. And Dropkick Murphy is a lightweight who specializes in submissions. But as a friend, I decided to participate. I decided to attend his match just to see if he would. And that was the thing. When we first heard about the Battle Royale, they showed off the title belt, and we all went, "Ooh!" And they said, "Yeah, this is a legitimate belt that's worth $1,000." We actually went the extra mile to construct a genuine belt. And we all looked, we all looked at it and went, "Ooh." Yeah, we all oohed at it. Now, here's the thing. The person playing Average Joe was actually one of the con staff guys the whole time.
It was me! It was me all along, congoers.
So, I showed up at Sunday to root for my friend. However, when the game host says, "Who wants to play as Average Joe?" I thought to myself, "Will, infamous heel manager Bill LaKill was trying to put all his stock into Mack Truck Owens, but that didn't work. Maybe Bill LaKill should back up Average Joe." So Bill LaKill volunteers to have Average Joe on his side. And yes, that is the convention name I like to go by, Bill LaKill.
I like it.
Which is a reference to Kill la Kill.
It legit sounds like a manager name, to be honest.
And here's the thing. If I'm going to be pinned as Bill LaKill, the L and the A need to be capitalized to represent the state I'm coming from, which is Louisiana. And that's how Bill LaKill gets his name. So Bill LaKill is now managing Average Joe. But here's the fucked up part about this match. Apparently, a fickle referee got bribed. And as a result, it became a triple threat no disqualification match. Or as Jim Cornette would like to say, lazy booking. So we had this guy wrestling under the name Sokolov, and I was so pissed at that, I decided to go after him primarily, and Dropkick Murphy had the same fucking idea, and we both ganged up on him. And I know that sounds like bullshit and it's not fair, but motherfucker, you weaseled your way into this match. You should have seen this coming.
I weaseled my way into this match and I'll weasel my way out.
Alright, so here's the finish for Mr. Sokolov. Sokolov was putting Murphy into a torture rack out of blind rage. He doesn't even know who he's putting in the hold. But Average Joe decided to spear him, putting Dropkick Murphy down, but he got fucking pancaked by the combined weights of Sokolov and Joe. So he was crushed. But here's the thing. Average Joe don't give a shit about Murphy, at least not right now, so Murphy is going to go for the pin on Sokolov. He pins him, 1, 2, 3, he's out. So it was down to Joe and Murphy. And boy, oh my god, this match was close, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Zach was gonna take the belt home. I thought he was. I thought we were gonna get underdog moments. But no, I was putting him. We were putting each other into slams and holds. I remember putting in my finisher, which is the Thigh Master 2.0, which is basically a figure 4 on a person's head. He managed to get out of that because he doesn't want none of that shit from Average Joe. He tried to put me in a sleeper hold, and we were both beating the shit out of each other so hard. Because here's the thing about this game. There is no HP limit. You can go negatives. That being said, the more damage you take, the more negative penalties you have. So you'll have to fucking take some so if you want to do like a power bomb or something, that's fine. You can still do it, but you still need to make subtractions, and you will still do extra damage to yourself if you're fucking gassed out. So the match is just so the tail end of the match is us trying to put each other into a submission hold or B, a pin, because if you try to use a skill that requires the same stat, you still need to put a -2 modifier into it. So if I do a power move on one time and I do another power move on the same time, I have to subtract 2. So I'm trying to not use as much. Yeah, I was trying to not use as much negative. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go for a pin. No, fine. Camel clutch. Okay, fine. Roll up pin. So the end of the match is just us exhausted, just lying on the mat, putting each other into holds, getting out of it, going for pins, 1, 2, kick out, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't until Average Joe puts Dropkick Murphy in a roll-up pin, and we were rolling dice to see if I still have the hold or he kicks out. I roll a dice, he rolls a dice. All together. 1. Second time we rolled, guess what? I nat 20'd.
Hell yeah.
Which means the referee's like, guess what? 2, 3. Average Joe reigns supreme.
I imagine the whole table went nuts when you rolled up 20.
Oh, dude, like I said, man, if you were there, like we were both on our tiptoes, man. This was an intense fucking match. It was
Hell yeah.
It was wild. We tore the house down. Dave Meltzer would have rated this 7 stars. We were hog wild, man. And yeah, here's the thing. When I was picturing this event in my head, in case Zach was winning, I was going to record him winning. But then all of a sudden, I found out I won. I decided to record a video, and you can find it in the Discord tab. I private linked it. But yeah.
Yeah, that promo was amazing.
You saw... Man, I should make that public.
Yeah, go for it. No, you should post that. It was great.
All right, you know what? Let's see. I'll probably play it. But I'll play the audio version of the promo. Yeah. But if you guys follow us on Discord, which I have a link below, and in case you guys need it, I'll resend it to you privately. But yeah, I got hyped as fuck.
As you should. Oh, and Alice, I don't know why everybody's been bringing up Meat Canyon lately. Like I watched some of the animations, I'm like, okay, it's like, yeah, that's about like sort of like a very Psychic Pebbles vibes.
All right. Here's the audio version of me winning the belt. Oh, it's a 1 minute promo. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Promo.
stay quiet for this. Here we go.
Heavyweight champion,
It's recording right now.
Average Joe.
Yes! I got it! The 10 pounds gold! Woo! It's all Average Joe! Average Joe reigns supreme still in Mexico! I'll tell you what, man! Nobody can mess with Average Joe. Wow, this thing's really. Nobody can mess with Average Joe. There's a reason why Average Joe is indestructible. He may be a little flamboyant like Goldust and big like Big Bubba Rogers. Combine that, it's a mixture of disaster for everyone in the ring. And unfortunately, Dropkick Murphy had to learn that the hard way. As well as Sokolov, who tried to cheat his way, hence why he'll never ever come out on top, ever. But I give it to my buddy, Average Joe. Yeah, we're champions, man. I got the belt. I did it. Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, that belt is heavier than it looks.
Oh god. Chip Kuza, I'm a mess because you said, hey, thoughts on the new anime trailer with the purple-haired girl? And I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, the first episode came out. That's been people have been wanting an anime adaptation of that for a while. It's called, Jai-sama Won't Be Defeated or something like that. Yep. JahY-sama. Yeah, the Great Jai will not be defeated.
Okay, so the next goal in life is to me order some merchandise from JimCornette.com. So I can order me a Cornette face t-shirt. And then I wear the shirt while wearing the belt, and then I'll just post on Twitter, #JimCornette. It's like, yeah, I got this shirt finally. Also, here's my belt that I won from a fucking tabletop RPG.
Honestly, yeah. Post that shit on Twitter and tag Cornette. Fuck it.
Yeah, hey, he knows I'm a fan. He'll know I'm a fan. Hey, here's the other thing. I actually taught. Of course, those people were wrestling fans, but they were anti-Cornette pro Kenny Omega. And,
oh yeah, you were in enemy territory.
Yeah, and I even had discussions with them. It's like, dude, anyone can wrestle with a broomstick. And they're like, no, not really. I'm like, really? I can wrestle with... It's so fucking... But here's the thing. I'm not knocking on them. Those guys are very nice people. We can agree to disagree. I'm not going to be as extreme...
Come on stage.
I'm not going to be as extreme as Jim. That being said... I am a Jim Cornette guy. I actually prefer classic wrestling because I like the logical booking. I like good stories. Like, for example, when Junkyard Dog got blinded by the Fabulous Ones, or Fabulous Free... Whatever Michael Hayes' faction was at the time. You know, the week-to-week booking. You know, all that shit. You know, it's like, okay, when you see Rob Van Dam do a 450 frog splash, you're like, that's amazing. But when you get older and you see Jerry Lawler punch a guy, and you're like, oh, that's even better. It's something of a quote Daniel Bryan made. Or Bryan Danielson, who may or may not be on AEW. We'll see.
I don't even know what's happening anymore. Like, WWE's letting people go left and right. They just released Bray Wyatt. Which is shit. I know, like, I'm not thinking you said you're not a fan, but I, for whatever reason, really like Bray Wyatt.
You know, I understand why you do, because he has some crazy gimmicks. Now,
Yeah.
Here's the thing I heard about Bray Wyatt, the reason why they let him go. And I am legit concerned about him.
I have heard he's going through some personal stuff.
Yeah, it's because he hasn't gotten over the death of his friend Brody Lee.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Remember the last wrestler who haven't gotten over the death of a personal friend?
For those who don't know, Benoit and Eddie Guerrero are very close.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying he's going to pull some shit like that. He probably won't. But
No.
I'm still worried for him.
Yeah,
That being said, That being said, don't be surprised if he shows up on AEW leading the Dark.
Yeah.
Because that will happen eventually.
I've already seen mock-ups. Bray Wyatt is the friend.
The friend of the Exalted One. The Exalted Friend.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be real. Brody Lee was the best part about the Dark Order because he can actually wrestle. His promos needed work. I'll say that much.
But he was good in the ring.
But yeah, he looked like a dominant force when he squashed Cody.
You probably love anybody. You probably love seeing Cody get squashed anyway. So yeah, so that was just that was a little bit unfair. You weren't.
Okay, you got me there, dude. Cody.
You're gonna like whoever did that, but it's good when the person who did that was also very talented.
Okay, you got me there because I thought Cody was gonna be something big, but it turns out he wants to be a poor man's Triple H.
That's a shame. I love that early match, like when AEW first started that he had with Dust.
Yeah, with Dustin. Yeah, that was great.
That was such a good match. Like, yeah, him doing that huge callback.
Bray Wyatt was going to make a return this month, but it was because of budget cuts?
That sounds
what
weird,
budget cuts? WWE's been prophetizing like
well, like wrestler cuts rather than budget cuts.
Also, why would you
don't have anybody on the payroll?
Also, The Fiend was like one of your biggest stars of all time. Why would you cut him?
He was so over.
Yeah. Okay, I understand the Firefly Funhouse Fiend gimmick. I understand why people would like it, but his ring work sucked. That Hell in Cell match, god damn it.
That's totally fair. I just generally, I liked his promo work a lot, and I like when people get creative with wrestling. I thought the Firefly Funhouse match was one of the most creative things they'd done in long.
And they decided to pass the buck to Alexa Bliss, who would do a poor man's version of it.
Just John Cena experiencing like his entire past was amazing.
You know, he returned to WWE recently.
Cena?
Yeah, he showed.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
I forget. Yeah, he showed up on the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Oh.
And
that's a good spot for him.
And the audience went fucking wild. And all I could think was, oh, remember 10 years ago when my demographic hated his guts?
Yeah. I don't know what... Memes are powerful things. The second that John Cena became a joke, like, I started liking him. Maybe a little bit before. I think it was Wrestling Isn't Wrestling made me really like John Cena.
I respect Cena for being professional. In fact... I don't know if you remember this. I can't remember if this was a WrestleMania, but there were people at the front row of the stage holding signs that says Cena sucks. And then Cena just walked up to him, turned to the camera, and gives a smile and a thumbs up.
I love that so much. I love the chant of like half of the stadium arguing with the other half. Let's go, Cena! Cena sucks! Let's go,
Cena!
And then there's people like Liam from the Best Friends who were cheering both sides. Like that.
Okay, to be honest, John Cena might be the reason why I might watch The Suicide Squad in theaters next week.
You know what? The clips with him looked pretty damn funny. I might give that movie a shot.
Did you see the scene where he's at the briefing room and the mission was called Operation Starfish, and he raises his hand and goes, you know, starfish is a euphemism for butthole. Is there any relation between the two?
It's such a John Cena thing to say.
And Waller goes, no. He's like, good to know.
John Cena is like the straight man, like explaining the joke, it like fits him so well for some reason.
Dude, John Cena was fucking fantastic in the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah.
I want to see more. can't believe I'm saying this, but I want to see more John Cena in Transformers films.
I just want to see more John Cena. It's such a shame that you never see him. Haha, dead joke. So I did cosplay John Cena, but then like I had that idea going for a while. Then everybody did it that year because the meme took off. But I was having a lot of.
Here's the fucked up part. I unintentionally cosplayed as John Cena. I had a hat, a t-shirt, and shorts. And I was holding a championship belt. And when I was walking around holding the belt Sunday afternoon at MechaCon, some people were complimenting me about, and I told them, yeah, I actually won this belt. I won it this morning. And some people were like, oh, yeah, John Cena. I'm like, yeah, I might post that photo here, but yeah, that's kind of what I looked like at the time.
I love it.
Okay.
Oh god, my next cosplay.
Okay, if they're doing Cena versus Reigns at SummerSlam, for the love of God, I hope Reigns wins.
That would be kind of great.
Cena.
I like they're actually using Reigns properly now.
Cena doesn't need to get over.
He's already over. In fact, if you let Reigns beat him, that's gonna be some good heat.
Yeah.
Push that heat to WrestleMania. Fuck it.
This is the only cosplay photo I shared on Facebook, but it's 3 people wearing bird heads, and they're holding signs that say, "Let me smash, Ben is a hoe, your tail is small."
Tail small. I'm really excited for my next dumb cosplay. It's gonna be like pretty cheap too. I'm going to buy like a cheap like Party City dolphin costume. And I'm going to make May's hat, and I'm going to walk around the speaker just blaring Disaster of Passion.
Nice.
Speaking of which, I played a lot of Guilty Gear the past.
I played a good amount of it.
Yeah, I was playing. I did some online. I was doing pretty damn bad. Like I dropped to like rank 4. And then me and my buddy just went at it for a while, and we had like 3 hours of matches, and then I went right back to rank the next day and rose to rank 8 within like an hour. So I think I finally started getting decent. Like I'm at the level where if I went to if I went to the game room at a convention, I could probably beat most people. Yeah, like most people there who aren't like playing tournaments.
Who are you playing as? Who's your main?
May.
I'm gonna have to fight you.
Oh, you and your Temkin? Okay.
No,
I'm not that
Temkin.
Okay.
Ramlethal.
Okay, I do need to learn to play Ramlethal a bit better. She's kind of my pocket.
I'm trying to find a photo of me with the title belt.
Actually, yeah, speaking of Guilty Gear, did you try out Gold Dick Lewison yet?
Yeah, I did. He's pretty fun, but I'm not gonna main him.
Yeah, no, I played him for a bit, and I was like going, maybe I can main this guy. I'm like, oh no, he is not someone that really suits my playstyle. Because he doesn't seem to have very good, he doesn't really have like zoner potential or anything. Like if somebody's like zoning you, he can't really do much. Yeah, his rushes aren't that good. I learned that I just have to spam the machine gun.
I am so glad we went this far without talking about Christian.
I was kind of wondering, like, I didn't want to, like, undermine the con, but I was kind of thinking if you put Christian in the title, like, how many weird like, if we would have clickbaited, like, a whole new audience out of nowhere. Because remember, I woke up to a text, and I quote, because Friday was my day off. And my ex, who I'm still good friends with, messaged me, goes, yo, Chris fucked his mom. And I'm like, what? And I'm just like, I was still like asleep. And I'm just like looking, and I'm like, okay, what is she talking about? And I see number one trending on Twitter is Chris Chan, followed by Chris Chan did what? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I go to the Wikipedia. Wikipedia won't load.
And?
Yeah, like Wikipedia wouldn't load. It took me a while, and then I eventually found like the video with the leaked audio in it. I'm like, oh fuck! And then I sent it to Al and sent it to you. I'm like, oh shit! New saga starts now. Al was at work, and then he sent it to one of his friends, and then his friend like said about it. I was like, yeah, Al sent it to me. I was like, oh wait, am I the one who told Al? And then this guy like, where'd you learn about it? I was like, oh my ex of so good friends. I was like, I hate her by proxy because I know about this because Al told me now.
All right, so one of the pics I shared right now is with me and an Anituber named Anime Matt. I know he's an Anituber, but every time I run into him, I always thought he was a pretty cool dude, regardless of our differences. I know he made a video called "Fuck You, I Don't Read Manga." I even called him out, and I was like, "Dude, manga has its place." And he goes, "Yeah, well, you know what? No. I don't know. I always thought he was a cool guy, but you can see the new top nip I have. Also, you see the green wristbands we have on our hands?
Yep, I see that.
That is proof of vaccination.
It works.
So, in case people are going to re over the fact that we had a convention, this fucking Delta spike happened during the fucking week.
God, yeah,
Yeah, they could have canceled at the last minute, but thank God they didn't. But also B, they were enacting some strict regulations, but here's the thing. If you were to go up to a counter and say, "Hey, I'm vaccinated. Here's some records proving that I'm vaccinated," whether you have the vaccination card or some documentation online, which what I have, they give you one of those weird carnival wristbands that should last you the whole day. You know, the ones that are made of the strong plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's the only way you can get into the fucking rave room. So I was able to see some fucking cosplayers dance very lewdly on set. By the way, the dance club is 18 and up. So
hell yeah.
So
Yeah,
I want
to
take, yeah, I want to take their word that they're legal. So yeah, I didn't even dance in the club room. I just leaned in and see. All right, let's see some girls do some semi-stripper dances.
Oh. Sorry, if it brings up things like, I saw Chris Chan and U.S. Congress both trending, and I was concerned. I love when that happens. One of my favorites is...
He should still be concerned because of the bullshit that you shared with me.
Oh, yeah, that I showed you. Yeah. So, that's where it's interesting. There is a weird link there. Now, the reason they're trending is two different things. Christian was trending because they got arrested, and U.S. Congress was trending because of like an investigation thing about Trump. But there was a thing that somebody was
Trump
put underneath.
is the reason why Christian exists. Got it.
It might be the reason that Christian exists in the current state because the dimensional merge kind of broke Chris's sanity pretty hard, and that happened around the election is when Chris started downward spiraling, but I digress. There was a thing on the law books written that states Virginia incest laws only apply to mother and son. Mother and daughter do not have that. So it's now a debate if Chris Chan would be considered male or female in the eyes of the law, considering their transgender status or lack thereof, because it's kind of a hotly contested topic.
And what state is this?
Virginia. Yeah, Virginia incest laws are weird and have like odd loopholes. So if Christian gets,
you would think Virginia, being a blood red state with Christian values, would just be more black and white about this.
Well, I mean, Christian values don't really look down upon incest very much. Have you ever met a Baptist family?
No, why?
Oh, I don't know. Drawing from personal experience, my parents were a foster home for a little bit, and we took in a Baptist boy who was taken from his home because of some severe incest.
I'm gonna puke.
Yeah, he came from a really bad life. I think he joined the Air Force later on. I think he's doing. I haven't looked into him in a while.
Anyways, here's me and Queen D cosplaying as Lady Dimitrescu, wrestling over the belt.
But
isn't this a fun image right here?
Yeah, isn't that a great image? It's not horrible like the thing I'm talking about.
It's pretty fun and wholesome.
Yeah. So anyway, the Christian thing might go to the Supreme Court if that becomes something they discuss in the actual case. Or the other thing going on, people think there's like a pretty high proportion of people that have listened to Chris for so long going like, we kind of know what it sounds like when Christian is making shit up. They might have made this up to impress the girl they were talking to, because they might have been debated because people don't know who this girl was that leaked the audio. It might have been another person flirting with Chris to try and get them to act out, and might have said, yo, I have an incest fetish. Hey, you ever done anything like that? And Chris might have made some bullshit up and doesn't know how bad shit has gotten.
The worst part is that fucking statement you said is much more believable.
It's very believable. Chris has done this many times. So, Chris might have accidentally got us all. But it's still a fucked up situation, and Barbara and Chris should not be living.
So, yeah, I went to a panel on the hit Amazon animated series Invincible that was hosted by a hardcore fan of the comics.
Oh, that had to be a nightmare.
Actually, it wasn't. He was pretty cool. He loved the adaptation. Okay.
That's good. I went to a Scott Pilgrim panel that was like, the whole thing was the guy going, well, in the comics this happened, but in the movie this happened, and therefore the movie sucks.
No, that guy wasn't like that at all. In fact, he respected the anime adaptation. He was excited for what's going to happen in season 2. But he did point out some things about the anime adaptation, like, hey, this entire character was omitted. When's he going to show up? And stuff like that. If he's going to show up. And he even allowed some of us to come on stage to express our opinions, which is what I did. I said, there's not a whole lot of fucking shows out there that will hook me by the first episode. But the last 10 minutes of the first episode, I needed to watch more. Let me tell you.
And then you were upset because you thought it was only a 4-episode series.
Well, no, it was 7 episodes.
Oh, I remember when you caught up. It was a point where you caught up, and you were concerned.
I didn't know they were doing the weekly thing, which, by the way, I defended, because imagine if all of Invincible came out on its premiere date. All the fucking spoiler memes, the Think Mark Think memes would have came out.
I don't think Think Mark Think would have been as big of a deal if it wasn't released weekly, because people were memeing like each episode.
Well, still, I respect the weekly schedule release, and I said, you know what? In terms of adult animation in the Western market, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is how I said about Invincible. Which, if you guys have an Amazon account,
you owe it to yourself.
Watch Invincible. Oh, it's so fucking good.
If you have an Amazon account and you have to suppress that guilt about giving money to Jeff Bezos, just watch Invincible for now.
And here's the thing. He got fucked over on his panel. You know how he got fucked over?
Oh no, what?
There were some schedule conflicts. it was originally supposed to be a 2-hour panel, so I showed up there near the last minute, and the previous panel was still going. And I talked to these 2 cosplayers from Friday Night Funkin'. I thought one of the women was cosplaying as Android 21, but I was mistaken.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, she's like, no, I'm playing Friday Night Funkin'. It's like, okay, I know what that is, because VTubers play that. Speaking of, there wasn't a whole lot of VTuber love at that convention.
I haven't seen many VTuber cosplays, which is surprising, but I kind of get it, because I think a lot of people are bringing back old cosplays.
No, but here's one thing I need to say. There was one Gargura cosplayer.
Good.
And I wanted to compliment this. I wanted to compliment this woman, and even take a photo, but I didn't because she was almost proportionally accurate to Gura's size.
She was a small.
She was a small. I don't know if she was an adult or not. She was a small African American woman. Cosplays Gura. She did a great job. She had the hoodie. She had the hoodie with the shark bite on the side, all that stuff. And I wanted to compliment her so bad, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's like, but as you approached, you heard what might be sirens. Go.
No, I wasn't making a move. I just wanted to compliment her on cosplay and tell her, hey, I haven't run into a whole lot of VTuber cosplayers. I mean, which was... That being said, if you were at my convention, here's a fun drinking game. Drink every time you see a cosplayer of Ibuki Miyota from Danganronpa 2.
Really? That was a popular one?
Oh, yeah!
Damn. Okay, I missed out then.
And I just think to myself, you know, Danganronpa, even though there's a Switch port coming up at the end of this year, for 4 years they haven't made anything new or whatever, and yet the fan base is still strong and dedicated, and I applaud them for it because I love Danganronpa, and I'm excited for that fucking tabletop RPG game that's coming out at the end of the year.
I think it already came out.
It did? I thought it was coming out in December.
I'll have to check, but I know there's a lot of games. Fuck, I need to buy the Neo World Ends With You.
I need to fucking play Persona 5 Royal.
I've been playing Monster Hunter Stories and Guilty Gear lately, and they're eating all my time, and there's so many other games I need to play. I need to start Hades.
That too, man.
I know I'd love it, because I really, really like roguelikes.
But yeah, that's probably my biggest regret, is not complimenting that Gargura cosplayer in MechaCon.
It's always a terrible feeling, right? You see a cosplayer and you're like, oh, I should talk to them. I'll have time later, and then you never see them again.
I complimented a Christian cosplayer, but I couldn't compliment.
Hell yeah! Oh yeah, you showed me the picture. Oh, thank you. I'm the true and honest Christian Weston Chandler.
Gargura managed to save someone from the fucking QAnon menace. Remember that?
Forgot about that. Yeah, that was one of my favorite posts. It was that guy who was like getting really deep into conspiracy theories and shit, and then Gargura debuted. He started watching Gura, and then he got devoted to that instead, and like fell out of it. It was great.
Like, what the fuck is QAnon? This little shark girl is trying to be a serial killer in this video game.
Yeah. What's the QAnon? Shark Girl says ah. Oh yeah. Oh, I've been saying fuck Blizzard for years. I'm just happy they keep proving me right.
Same.
No, I have an Overwatch wallet still, like back when I bought it when the game was like at peak, and every time I pull it out, somebody comments on it. I'm like, oh god, I've been meaning to get a new wallet for years. ever since 2019, and ever since I deleted my Blizzard account after the Hong Kong.
I forgot. Did I? Okay, I did post it. All right.
Yeah, but no, I remember my one friend was like, "Oh, I wanted to cosplay from from Overwatch," but it's like, but with the Blizzard thing going on, I don't think I should. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't. In fact, you shouldn't even have this thought of what happened in 2019. He's like, what happened in 2019? And I tell him all about that. He's like, shit, how did I miss that?
Here's the fucked up part. I've heard about the Blizzard rumors, and when I was having pizza on Thursday, the day before MechaCon, I believe the restaurant was called Reginelli's.
Yeah.
And by the way, and people are curious, oh, what kind of pizza did you order? Grilled shrimp with jalapenos. You know what? Maybe I should show off that pizza. But
God, pizza. That sounds so good right now.
But Windsor pulls up an excerpt from news article and he goes, "Okay, read this, but don't say this out loud," which I have a habit of doing. I go, so I start reading it out loud, and he say, "Don't read it out loud." Don't shh. I go, so I got silent around the part about the staff member committing suicide. So
Yeah.
I was just reading, eyes popped, jaw dropped.
Yeah.
And the only thought I had in my head is, what is going on with game developers? And I know they said, no, this is only Activision Blizzard. But I'm like, yeah. But I'm like, yeah, but Ubisoft. But Quantic Dream. But Riot.
Hey, speaking of Quantic Dream, I finally released that goddamn song. Nobody watched it, but that's fine. I'm just happy I released it.
God damn it. I was hoping Pat would listen to it.
Yeah, I posted it on the subreddit and nobody saw it on the subreddit. I should delete that post and do it again.
You know,
fuck it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna delete my Reddit post and then post it again. No, because nobody saw. Nobody.
I have an idea for an email for Castle Super Beast.
Okay.
And the email would be written as this: "We all know that Wooly loves blackface. What are his thoughts on ganguros?" You're familiar with ganguros, right?
Yeah. It's one of my favorite tags. Well, Gyaru.
Gyaru.
I don't think Ganguro is a thing anymore. I know they're mostly just Gyaru, which I know is a bit different.
I know, but it's that without the deep blackface tan skin.
Yeah.
Games Workshop is killing the Warhammer community.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, Games Workshop started like C&D fan projects.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure Queen D was on platforms at the time. I'm sorry. This is one of the funniest photos I ever posted.
Great image. I love it.
It's like, I'm the champion, not you. By the way, yeah, that build is so fucking heavy. I understand why Triple H would fucking smack somebody upside the head with it now. Because that's what he would do in order to cheat his way to win. He would grab the belt, thrust it on somebody's skull, knock them unconscious, throw the belt aside, go for the pin, referee not knowing what's going on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, most of my friends, except for the ones who I've been attending with, which are Windsor and Fighting Gentlemen, they didn't participate for the closing ceremony, and oh my fucking god. I recorded most of it on my phone. I'm not gonna upload here because I'm pretty sure Mechacon's gonna upload it eventually on their channel, whatever. In which case, I will post on my personal tab. That being said, I was holding back tears, dude. It was, yeah, dude. They were hanging up flags. Everyone was waving goodbye. The mascots, Queen D, the Russo family. Maybe something will take its place in New Orleans next year, but I don't know. The thing I love about MechaCon is that it was heavy sci-fi theme to the point where it actually has a kayfabe where it supposedly takes place 3 centuries into the future, and people who are participating in the convention are actually doing a holographic simulation of the past, which is current year. Yeah,
that's some fun.
Yeah, that's what I love about it.
I've never been to a convention that had lore. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm wondering about like the 23 the 01 thing. Yeah, the 2321 thing. I was really confused.
Yeah, they have a kayfabe that this all takes place in a space station, and that we're just simulating New Orleans on Earth or some shit. Yeah, and me being the sci-fi nut ate that shit up.
I'll see you, Ifrit.
See you, Ifrit. I was hoping Windsor Fine Gentleman would be here in chat, or even Zach, but
I don't know. I like real character mention. Favorite tags based.
Oh,
hell
the
yeah!
Character post. I didn't see it.
Tomboy, dark skin, happy ending. Hey, Gyaro. Yeah, Gyaru. My bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I almost pulled an all-nighter on Saturday night because I was hopped up on so much liquor from Terry, and I assumed Windsor and Fighting Gentleman. Here's the thing: those two pulled all-nighters playing Ultimate Werewolf. Are you familiar with that game?
Oh yeah. I played Ultimate Werewolf a bunch of times. Game's fun.
Yeah, that's what they were doing mostly. I played one session, and that session was wild because the werewolves were basically killing themselves, and it wasn't until the tail end where it was between me, a seer, and a witch. And the seer is like, well, I know this person is a werewolf, and I go, oh, by the way, the role I was playing was tough guy. Do you know what the tough guy role is?
I actually don't know that one. I've never seen that card.
If a werewolf attacks a tough guy, he no-sells it for that round.
Oh, that's interesting. And then dies it later?
Well, yeah, dies second round. Here's the thing.
Great.
Some people were suspecting me, and I said, you know what? I am a tough son of a bitch, but I don't know if I can handle a lynching. And I was able to protect myself. And here's the fucked up part. Here's the fucked up part.
You don't die from being executed.
Well, yeah. Well, I can still get lynched. I just can't get.
No. Of course. No, I mean, that would be a hilarious feature of it.
And here's the thing. Windsor was doing a good job bullshitting himself as a villager, and he knew what my role was immediately. But eventually we had to vote him out, and it turns out he was a werewolf too. I'm like, you motherfucker. So the last round, it was down to me, the seer, and the witch. And we got up, and he's like, I know she's not a witch. It's like, oh, okay, so what the hell do we have to fight? Leprechauns? To which the entire audience started laughing. I was like, all right, I'm casting a vote on. I said, you know what? I'm casting a vote on her. And the seer votes on her, and her votes on me because she didn't know, she wasn't paying attention to the tough guy role, I guess. And it turns out She was a witch the whole time. We won. We won by the skin of our hairs, but holy shit. We were doing so well at the beginning. I thought we were going to have more survivors. But
that sounds really fun when you're actually like role playing like that, because a lot of times people don't really role.
Oh, yeah. The guys hosting the panels were encouraging it. Also, here's another thing. This isn't MechaCon related, but my buddy Windsor, I don't know how he pulled this off, but he managed to secure me a very interesting item.
Which is
a real grade Crossbone Gundam X1 titanium finish. It's basically a metal gunpla.
Oh.
Of Crossbone. And it costs about $60. And I said, you know what? I'll fork over the money, deliver it to me. And you only had to pay $140 for the hotel expenses. Yeah.
Bad. No. How much was that exactly? Any idea or?
No, he said it was $60.
Oh, that's it. Seems like it'd be way more expensive than that. I remember I bought.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The box says limited items, so maybe the vendor he got it from are a bunch of idiots. I don't know. Either way, I got me another cool ass crossbone to build.
Yeah, that's especially if it's Crossbones.
Yeah, I fucking love the Crossbone Gundam. When are we?
It's a good design. It's like, yo, we have this Gundam. What do we want to put? Let's put a giant cape, giant cloak on it. It serves no purpose, but it looks badass.
Which reminds me, I need to buy that new Gundam game, Gundam versus Maxi Busan or whatever it's called.
The long ass titles.
Yeah, the game that Wooly plays.
Yep.
I know what he's talking about because Gundam Build Fighters is on there, and Bill Burning Gun is there.
Yeah, I think I played. Is there an arcade version of that? Because I think I played an arcade version of that.
Maybe. I don't know. I believe you.
Real character exposed. There's no Ganguro tag. There's only the Gyaru tag. Red-haired, big titty goth girlfriend would be a good tag, but it's too specific.
Also, Gyalko-chan doesn't have a deep tan, so...
No, she doesn't. Gyalko-chan's horrible.
Yeah, but you know what team I'm a part of. Pro Nikko. I want some of that Sonic meat.
Oof. Tonight, so I should really make a pizza after something.
Speaking of pizza, did you hear about the AEW controversy?
No, I didn't. What? Pizza?
Okay, so Chris Jericho is going through something called the 5 stages of Jericho. The first stage was him beating Shawn Spears, which he was allowed to use a chair, but Jericho wasn't. He managed to win. And MJF is like, okay, you know what? If your friends interfere, automatic DQ. Here's your next challenge. It's against a drug-addicted bank robber, or bank-addicted drug robber, according to Jim Cornette. He's a guy who robbed a bank without putting his mask on, Nick Gage. And Nick Gage, this stupid, untalented meth head who has no teeth, shows up on stage and he wheels out a pizza cutter. So the match happens and he does a pizza cutter spot while a Domino's commercial is playing.
What? Oh, that's so stupid. Did they put an in-ring advertisement? Like, what the fuck?
A picture-in-picture in-ring advertisement. Yeah.
Oh, the brutality! This match is brought to you by Domino's.
Here's the funny thing. I was watching the Cult to Cornet Facebook page.
We exploded.
Someone asked, "Wait, how is a pizza cutter able to cut Chris Jericho's forehead, but I can't use it to slice up my pizza properly?" And someone replied, "Well, it's obvious because Chris Jericho is thin-skinned."
So,
I haven't gotten to... Boy, I can't wait to hear what Jim Cornette... And Jim Cornette predicted this too. He's like, "Hey, since he is a pizza cutter, do you think Domino's would sponsor him?" He's like, "No, because it's the same reason why Wilson won't sponsor me, because I use a tennis racket to beat up baby faces and screw them over title opportunities." It doesn't make any sense. And of course, Domino's is like, "We do not condone this at all."
Remember that time that Domino's accidentally made light of domestic violence?
In what way?
The Internet Historian did a little video on this, but what happened is that there was a trending tag on Twitter, that was called "Why I Stayed." It was people talking out about like why they stayed in an abusive relationship or in the same home.
That was DiGiorno's, dude.
DiGiorno, not Domino's. My bad. Whoops. DiGiorno. Whoop. Yeah, similar thing. My mistake. Carry on.
Why I stayed? Because they made good pizza.
And then they immediately apologized, like, "Shit, we didn't read what the tag actually was. We are so sorry." And they apologized for like a month straight, which led more people to find the original tweet because it was a really bad Streisand effect.
CD Projekt Red suffered the same fire years ago.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the hashtag "won't be erased" thing?
No, actually, I was thinking about something else. What's that one?
Hashtag "won't be erased" was basically something about Donnie Dipshit doing something that passing a transphobic bill or some shit.
Okay, one of the many.
But CD Projekt Red saw that hashtag, didn't know the context, and then posted, "These deals, hashtag won't be erased."
I kind of love when companies just like make asses of themselves. It's so beautiful to witness.
And people are be like, "But Darkstream, well, yeah, but also they made Cyberpunk 2077, so fuck them."
I am a big fan of like dark humor, so that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're not gonna redeem themselves like the way Hello Games redeemed themselves with No Man's Sky.
Yeah, you're.
And that's a shame because, like I said before, Witcher 3 is the tits.
Yeah. That's. I feel so justified in that I was excited for Cyber at all.
I guess.
I don't know. I like it feels unfair. Like that's something where I should have it should have been come out and been great because I didn't deserve vindication.
By the way, do you have Streets of Rage 4 on Switch?
I don't.
Damn.
I should probably get it. For a good thing.
Because I bought that and the DLC. What's
the DLC?
Unlocks a survival mode as well as 3 new playable characters. I'm pretty sure you will like at least one of them.
I probably will.
I'm pretty sure you would mark out for Estelle.
Isn't Estelle that tall buff woman?
Yeah.
I think I've seen people talk about her. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, she's finally playable in the game.
I think that's like the image I see all the time when people talking about talking about the final fight up.
Yeah, she's the tall Ronda Rousey woman in the police gear.
Hell yeah. Rest me, mommy. This is the only police brutality I stand, the kind being done to my ass.
Speaking of brutality, how can we talk Kevin Smith into not making a Clerks 3?
I didn't watch the He-Man thing at all, but I'm just watching like everyone I know screaming at each other about it.
I'll give you the TLDR. He-Man.
I know a little bit about it, but yeah.
Well, still, Kevin Smith, fucking sucks.
He sucked for a while. He hasn't made anything good in like 15 years.
That is true. He hasn't been good since Clerks 2. But it still doesn't change the fact that He-Man sucks. And he is planning on filming Clerks 3? I don't want to see that movie ever.
He's been trying to make Clerks 3 for a long time, and I don't think it's gonna ever happen.
I don't give a fuck. It doesn't need to be made.
Yeah. That Jay and Silent Bob sequel, reboot, whatever, like went straight to like on demand. And nobody liked it. Man, Dogma was amazing. You could never make a good sequel to Dogma.
Dogma was actually my first entry into the View universe, if you can believe that.
It's such a weird movie. Like, I remember before I knew what it was, I saw it on TV, and I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? I just saw the scene of Alan Rickman taking his pants off and having no dick, and it's just like, what?
I don't know. Also, didn't I hear Jeff Anderson walk from the production?
From what?
The actor who plays Randall.
Oh, Rob? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it.
So even we do get Clerks 3, there's a high chance we're not going to see him again, in which case, there goes half the comedy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, no, that you can't make Clerks without Randall.
Even the cartoon knew this.
Both Dante and Randall. If you took them away, you don't have Clerks.
Even the cartoon knew this, which is why their actors reprise their roles for the animation. I'm like, fuck.
How badly do you have to fuck up to lose like someone you've been like working with for like 30 years, Kevin Smith? What the fuck?
Or you could just leave it the fuck alone and make something else different.
Yeah. Make something else that sucks. Don't take something good and make it suck.
Well, here's the thing. After the critical backlash, he is fucking doubling down, insulting the people who criticized it, calling them fake fans, even though
but it's like, Kevin, we were raised on you doing this, like, and ripping into
here's the thing. Yeah. I need to talk to Brandon about this, but apparently he found out in an interview that Kevin Smith hated He-Man.
Yeah, Kevin Smith did not like He-Man, and generally,
then why the fuck would you have him on this production?
I don't know if there was this thing like, hey, we're gonna reboot Steven Universe. Darkstream, you want to be in charge? Oh, hell yeah!
No, because I hate Steven Universe.
That's why you're gonna fix it.
Not really.
I'm a very petty person, and I would probably do something like that.
Put me on a Robotech adaptation. I at least like and respect the original series to do it more justice.
That's true. Make your own thing. I'll have to watch it, like, for my own opinion. Maybe I'll get really drunk beforehand. Who knows?
No. Nothing good comes from somebody who's like, because they've done this with the Robotech comics from Titan. They've done this with Thundercats Roar.
Oh, Thundercats were they like even Cartoon Network didn't believe in that one. They dumped it on their app and like it got canceled like midway through the first season or something.
Yeah.
They dumped all the episodes and said fuck it. Okay, so here's how you fix Steven Universe. You have to put Trigger in charge of animating every episode because they were the only ones who actually had the characters feel like they weren't made of balloons. You hire the writers of Gravity Falls to fix all the joke timing.
Mm-hmm.
Or just fucking bring in the people who wrote Star vs. the Force of Evil seasons 1 and 2. That had really good comedic timing and was also on Disney.
If they can fix at least Pearl's characterization.
I liked Pearl. She was fun.
Except for the fact that she's a fucking slave.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I don't know about that.
Oh, you didn't know? She was a slave to Pink Diamond.
I just watched
She
season
didn't legit
1.
love her.
Very good.
She was programmed to love her.
Oh.
Yeah.
You could do something interesting with that.
Yeah, but they didn't for the original series, so...
Remember Pat's review was my favorite thing ever.
You know, Windsor and I actually listened to that on the car radio, and he had a very good summarization.
Yeah.
Where Pat said, you know, talking someone out of violence, that makes sense. Talking to someone out of violence who is a genocidal maniac, no, that doesn't make any sense. He said something along the lines on those.
Oh no! I was talking about the that like long bit that Pat did years ago when he said he's like, yeah, I read this really weird Dragon Ball Z fan fiction.
Oh, that story.
That's my favorite bit he ever did. It's like, what's this fanfiction called? It's like, who's it written by? Oh, Rebecca Sugar. Wait. Like, the person who did Steven Universe, what's it called? Oh, it's called Steven Universe. No, I watched all of Steven Universe. He just called it Dragon Ball Z fanfiction, and I loved it. It's like,
I'm distracted by the cosplayer in the background. Who is that cosplayer on the left wearing the green with the red scarf?
Deltarune.
Oh.
That's Ralphie. Or Ralphus, or whatever the hell his name.
Okay. Also, at the same time, I saw a lot of Gator Lokis.
Perfect. Good. Gator Loki was wonderful.
Alright.
Yeah, I liked Loki. I'm hyped for a season 2. I want to see where that goes. Al just sent me a close-up of the cop that arrested Chris Chan's face. Like the face of the cop who arrested Chris Chan, and he's kind of smirking, and it's going like, oh no, this guy knows too much. Is this guy a Christorian?
So, other things I bought in Adirio's room. I bought a bookmark of the centaur from Monster Musume.
Yeah, Centauria.
Yep. I
bought
a plushie of Megumin.
Good.
With her eye patch.
Adorable.
Yep.
I love how, like, Konosuba fans are weird because there's, like, a cult around Chamanosuke, Megumin's cat.
That I didn't know.
Oh, it's hilarious. There was, people usually derail lewd threads sometimes by just posting nothing but Chamanosuke. Go, hey, Chamanosuke lewd thread, he's already naked. No, Chimkuza, no. He sent me, like, a close-up of the cop's face. He's making, like, a weird smirk. And people are going, like, oh, no, this cop looks like he knows too much. Like, and they're suspecting that he is someone who knows, like, everything about Chris. Yeah, but I'm one of those weirdos whose favorite character is Aqua. I agree, Chip. I want that massive T.O. body pillow.
That's fine. I'm pretty sure my friend Nightmare's an Aqua fan.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I did like that fucking meme of Kirby sucking her up, and it says, Kirby made a big mistake.
Yeah, it's the screaming Aqua face.
With the
Aqua's expressions are so good. Oh yeah, I forgot, yeah, Konosuba Season 3 got confirmed.
good.
Yeah, I'm happy. 6 seasons in another movie. That's like one of my weird. I don't know what I don't know what like the point of that joke was in Community, but I know they kept saying 6 seasons in a movie. Oh yeah, well yeah. Konosuba only has 2 seasons, but yeah, you watch Konosuba. Isekai is not a bad genre. It just has a lot of bad shows in it. Like you can totally do a good isekai.
How do you do a good isekai? Well,
You make the characters assholes.
but also, if you're gonna put them in a fantasy world, don't put them in a fantasy world that's inspired by your fucking favorite RPG, which is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
That's my fucking thing right there, man. Because there have been isekai in the past, like El Hazard. You remember El Hazard?
I actually don't. That sounds familiar.
It's in the 90s. It's from some of the Tenchi guys.
Okay.
It is fantasy based, but it also has an Arabian feel to it as well.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it was really good. Also, oh, wow, this image was too large. Hang on a second.
Wait, what if Alhazar, the magical girl lyrical Nanoha wiki? I guess Alhazard's the name of a character. Wait, what the
What?
Okay, Alhazard in both Lost World and Native... Okay, there's a location in Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha called Alhazard, and that's what threw me off. When I Google Alhazard, I get nothing but but Nanoha.
Okay, that's weird.
Okay, but yeah, oh yeah, Scarlett Johansson and Emma Stone are both seeking legal action against Disney because of the way they released Black Widow and Cruella on Disney Plus, and theaters simultaneously, respectively, because I guess it screwed over their paychecks.
I'm rooting for them, but they're not going to win.
Oh, they're not going to win. Disney's too powerful. In 2025, the copyright on Mickey Mouse is supposed to expire, but they're just going to extend it again because they have more money than God.
Here's the championship belt that I won.
Yeah, that's upside down.
I know. I need to find a way to flip it. Let me see if I can flip it.
I wear my belt upside down so it looks good when I get pile driven.
No, man. Here's the thing. For my D&D sessions tomorrow, just in case Magus can't show up to DM again, I'm thinking of running a wrestling promotion. And I need to talk to Magus about this personally, just so he can okay this as well.
Actually, you know what? I just realized something. You know what makes a good isekai is when the world they're whisked off to is well defined and has good world building.
Oh, it's there.
Sword Art Online, is bad because the world building, it's literally a video game with no storyline.
Yeah, but El Hazard has bug monsters and a fucking Death Star in the sky.
Yeah, that's world building. The world has its own culture and like cool history stuff. Then you get stuff like in an with my smartphone, which is generic. Oh, these people are at war and shit. Whatever. Time to look it up on Wikipedia.
That's why I hate most isekai, because they're trying to pony off of Dragon Quest.
Yeah. Yeah, they do like video game rules and don't build a world. Actually, funny thing, back to Konosuba. The Konosuba Hell group on Facebook, for April Fool's Day, changed their name to In Another World with My Smartphone Hell. But then they got locked out from changing their name back, so it's been like that since April. And everyone's so confused.
Beef. But
Dumbass.
yeah, as much as I want to see Emma Stone and Scarlett Johansson succeed, and that's something I need to put a method on. Just in case I become a successful actor, I'm gonna put a catastrophe clause in my contract. Just in case that there's a pandemic or we're being invaded by aliens. I'll still get paid, right?
Yeah. Actually, no. So Log Horizon is good because it's not really about the world. It's about how hard can we game the in-game economy. And that was the writer writing about what he knew because he got arrested for tax fraud.
So yeah, the Invincible panel I was supposed to get into started a half hour late. And I remember in between those times, I was like, I'm going to go downstairs to see if I could get myself a liquid marijuana. Because I spent more money on fucking booze than I did on.
That was me at Colossal Con. I spent like 200. I spent probably, I'm doing the math right now, I probably spent $180 on booze.
Sounds almost near to what I spent. But the convention happened, and the guy who was hosting the panel, he did the best he can, and he did a great job. He made me excited for Invincible Season 2. But here was the thing. He wanted... It was supposed to be a 2-hour long panel. He wanted to air an episode of Invincible. And you know what? I'd be down for that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, Invincible is a great show. Even the first episode.
Yeah, first episode. The first episode is such a good progression towards that because there's like no swearing. You think like when I first got into it, I knew the show was going to be dark, but I thought it was going to be dark from the very second it started. But no, it is like it feels like you're watching an episode of the Tim vs. Superman show.
Here's the thing. He did show the clip of the infamous Omni-Man versus the Guardian scene.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he showed my second favorite scene, which was Omni-Man versus the Flaxen scene.
That scene is so cool. That was like the point where I'm like, I think I know what's going on here.
You don't seem to understand. Earth isn't yours to conquer. Like, God damn it, J.K. Simmons. Mom,
Dad flew through a portal. Oh, so he'll be late to dinner tonight. What? No, he does this all the time.
She specifically said it was a Tuesday.
Yeah, I love that. For me, it was Tuesday. One of my favorite lines in all of movies. That line does not...
That's an actual trope, by the way.
I know, but that line does not belong in that movie. It's too damn good. Oh yeah, Miss Minutes is a like hologram voiced by Tara Strong in the Loki show. She's like a little cartoon clock. And of course there's Rule 34 out of Miss Minute.
The day Bison graced your land might have been the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. Oh, Raul Julia.
Like, oh. That like he deserved to be like Street Fighter 2 deserved it to be better. Street Fighter the movie deserved to be better around him.
Yeah.
You're dying from liquid marijuana.
Not liquid marijuana, but more from a fruit punch vodka.
That'll do it. I got wrecked on rum yesterday.
But yeah, there's not a whole lot of Bison actors who botched a role except for Neil McDonough from The Legend of Shit Lee. Legend Chun-Li.
Yeah. Oh god, that's bad.
Worst Bison ever.
Ugh.
Say what you want about Raul Julia. Say what you want about Richard Newman from the American cartoon series. But they
I can say anything. All those places are great.
They still capture the essence of Bison in some way. So yeah, I didn't attend a lot of panels. I attended 3 wrestling panels. won the title belt.
Hell yeah.
Attended a stand-up comedians panel, which didn't turn out the way my friend Windsor thought it would turn out.
A horrible disaster.
No, he was thinking that the comedians would fucking steal their ideas for their future projects or some shit like that.
Okay.
But it didn't feel like that, and if it did, I don't give a fuck. And the Invincible panel, as well as the 18 and up Hangover panel, which
What time was that panel at? Like in the morning or?
no, it was late at night. But the thing is, they didn't have time to calibrate their fucking audio system or some shit. So as a result, the speakers in the panel didn't work, so they had to rely on the fucking projector speakers, which are pretty low. So I had to sit close by. It sucked. No offense to the person hosting the panel. He did his best, but fuck.
Yep, no, that's rough.
Yeah. I felt
Oh, no,
so
did you-
embarrassed for him.
Yeah, he was saying they didn't steal any jokes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, his Jim Cruise was saying damn joke thieves. It's like, no, they didn't steal any jokes.
I don't know. Well,
Maybe they did. Who knows? The jokes were obscure enough that you didn't notice.
Nobody was telling jokes. Everyone was complaining about the weather in Louisiana, which, by the way, if you live in Louisiana, yeah, you have plenty.
I hate jokes like that. Just, hey, we're just gonna like, complain about the place we are.
It wasn't. Well, also, fuck you. You're in Louisiana. We're gonna complain about the weather being schizophrenic, so deal with it.
Bitch, I'm in Michigan. The weather's way more schizophrenic here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we just don't want to get hurricanes, but still.
Yeah. How about the fact that when I was eating at that pizza restaurant with Fighting Gentleman in Windsor, that even though it was bright and sunny outside, it was still raining.
Oh yeah, well down south you actually have a name for that. That's the worst name I've ever heard.
What's that?
In like a lot of southern states, people call that the devil beating his wife.
Yeah, probably. But that's
Like
still
Alabama.
that's still just the fact that our weather is more schizophrenic than up north.
I don't know. Michigan's pretty famous because of all the lakes. Yeah, it really fucks up really fucks up the weather schedule.
Yeah, but New Orleans lives underwater, so
That's. We're just gonna trade places like one summer and see how it goes.
Are we gonna have a Bret Hart versus Steve Austin moment right here? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, we need to fight for our hometowns.
That would be the new Civil War.
Yeah.
Fans from the North will cheer for you, boo for me, but fans from the South will cheer for me, boo for you.
Exactly.
I know how we could screw Jason over. I'll put him in a sharpshooter press, and that's when you ring the bell.
You're giving me a fast count, you bastard.
Not fast count, but the person will ring the bell, and the head of the company will be like, "Ring the bell! Ring the fucking bell!"
And I'll have to go fight him in his office.
While I try to run away and pretend nothing happened while I'm doing crocodile tears.
Yup.
I didn't expect this to happen. So yeah, that's how far I got. That's how far I got into Titan Screwed, which is, oh my god, it's such a good fucking book. But that's the thing, that wasn't the audiobook I was listening to when I was in New Orleans. I was actually finishing The King of New Orleans, the book about the junkyard dog.
Junkyard dog.
Yeah. I decided to listen to that until my friend showed up. And, yeah, that's the path Jericho is going down. The path of fatness. Yeah. Because Junkyard Dog, if you ever see him in early Mid-South, specifically 1981, 1982, he was a physically fit specimen. You can see why Bill Watts wants to push him as a superhero in New Orleans. Chris Jericho? He's just fat. I don't know. I got nothing to say. I'm hammered.
I don't know. I still like Jericho, but I don't think I've seen any of his recent matches. I'm still thinking about the glory days. Like, I will say probably my favorite wrestling match ever was that tables, ladders, and chairs match he did against Benoit.
Well, if I were you, don't watch anything Jericho's doing right now. If
That's
you want
the plan.
to keep the image. Okay, good.
I'm just gonna keep watching OSW and getting all my wrestling news from there. Oh man, I'm like, look, they're doing a, yeah, this is where my knowledge is going to be for a while. They're doing a retrospective, yeah, they're doing a Ultimate Warrior arc.
Ew. Ultimate Warrior sucks.
Well, yeah, but they're doing, like, the fall of the Ultimate Warrior arc.
He still sucks.
Yeah, he wasn't good. He had a great gimmick, he was great on the mic, and he would just gas out and hurt people. Comic relief. Yeah, that sounds like a... Kimmy, you just accidentally created Hell of a Boss.
No.
Speaking of which,
I
had
love
a friend
Kimmy's dark sense of humor. I have a dark sense of humor.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I had a friend over the other day, and she never heard of Vibsy Pop or Hell of a Boss. She only just saw like clips of Angel. So we watched pretty much Vibsy Pop's entire catalog.
It's funny because I did see someone cosplaying one of the characters from Hell of a Boss. I can't remember his name, but
awesome. Blitz?
No, that's from not Hell of a Boss.
Has-Been Hotel. Probably Alistair or Angel Dust.
Is Alistair the guy with the fucking speaker box voice?
Yep. Yeah, he is. Everybody seems to really like Alistair.
That was the one. That's the cosplayer I saw.
I like Angel Dust way more than Alistair, and people will probably stab me for saying that.
I like everyone from Hell of a Boss.
I think Hell of a Boss is a better series at this point, because like watching the pilot, the pilot of during interviews, Vivsy admitted this, that the pilot is kind of bloated and really slow for a Has-Been Hotel, and she wants to fix that as they move forward with it as a series. Well, it's mostly in the hands of the studio working on it, and that's why it's taking so long. But I'm loving every single episode of Hell of a Boss.
Yeah, Hell of a Boss has Invader Sim playing the straight man role.
Yeah.
That's what I love about that series.
Yeah. Oh, no, what I love about the series in general, I think that... Okay, so... Has-Been Hotel is trying to have heart, first and foremost.
Also, Nep Gear's voice actress plays, I'm forgetting her name already.
Millie?
No.
Luna?
Blitzo's ex-girlfriend.
Verosika.
Yeah,
Verosika.
So I just imagine Nep Gear going, are you ready to make some bitchin' bad life choices?
Yeah, that's a very Nep Gear line to say, honestly. You know what? Yeah, Alice brings up a good point. There currently is a bit of a discourse going on because every single adult comedy cartoon that gets greenlit on Netflix looks the exact same. And meanwhile, adult comedies like Hell of a Boss look amazing because that art style is so eye-catching.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's why I like Hell of a Boss so much.
I think I will say, the difference between Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel. Has-Been Hotel, kind of puts, heart at forefront. and then the comedy is sort of secondary, and Hell of a Boss is like comedy is at the forefront, and then they have heartfelt moments like during the comedy. I think it like flows a bit better that way, because I kind of prefer a madcap world where people can like show their humanity versus like, oh, like madcap stuff is happening, but everyone's being like, but like the heart of it is like people trying to be better.
Okay, I agree with you there.
Yeah, because I think the scene of like Stolas, generally wanting to fuck Blitz in the middle of a theme park and pure chaos happening around them. Him having that heart-to-heart with his daughter is so good. But I love that like the background plot is going on, because as he walks outside with his daughter, the whole park is burning down. There's like a loose dinosaur that eats someone, and everything's like everyone's dying. It's great. The Lululand episode is my favorite. So.
I thought the episode that happened afterwards, the one that focuses on Luna, was better.
Yeah, Spring Break is really good too. Yeah. I don't know. I think every episode, like rewatching it, every episode is good. I remember not liking the first episode that much. I liked the pilot, and then I thought that the first episode was kind of slow. They have to kill that family, but like rewatching it, it flows a lot better. And then I'm watching like the Cherub episodes, like funnier than I remembered it the first time. And as well as the Harvest Festival, I enjoyed like more watching it the second time. It helps
that the first episode, the client was Matilda.
Yeah.
Mara Wilson.
Oh, really? That was Mara Wilson?
Yeah, she was the one who was
awesome.
like...
I didn't realize that. Like, she did that role great.
She's like, oh no, that horse survived, and now she's been painted as a hero.
She's not a hero!
Yep, that was Mara Wilson.
You people are fucked up, but I paid for it! And Moxie's just traumatized the whole time. God, I love that show so much. Apparently the next episode is going to be a huge one, because they've never taken this long an episode.
Yeah, I mean, the previous episode had Norman Reedus as a cameo appearance.
Oh, no. I was watching with a friend, and I immediately told her that. She was just dumbstruck. Like, how the fuck did they get Norman Reedus? Like, Bibsy Pop has some sway. It's like, yeah, Richard Horvitz is in there. He probably knows some people. Watch them like they bonded through work. Here's my theory: that Richard Horvitz went in to re-record lines for Destroy All Humans and ran into Norman Reedus, doing lines for Death Stranding. That's my theory. Even though they were like made in different countries.
Who knows? Maybe the final episode would have the most pure of human beings in there. Weird Al Yankovic.
That would be so good. I don't think Weird Al does like adult stuff very much.
No, he was in what was the name of the HBO show with the regular show people?
Oh, Close Enough?
Yeah, he's in Close Enough.
Well, Close Enough is a family show that happens to have like more dirty jokes, but
I don't know. It's just
it doesn't go as hard as the as Hell of a Boss.
Are you familiar with the Mount Rushmore rule?
No.
The Mount Rushmore is like, who do you put in the Mount Rushmore of so-and-so?
Of blank. Okay, yeah, I get you.
Here is the Mount Rushmore of purity, according to me, and see if you can dispute me on this.
All right.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
Bob Ross.
Yep, gonna say that.
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley's pretty good. I feel like somebody should be bumped off, and like Keanu Reeves should be on there, but I'm not sure. I feel like I would bump Mick Foley off for Keanu Reeves because the fact that Mick Foley, even though he's a really nice guy, like does make a living hurting himself.
Yeah, but he makes a living hurting himself on purpose for the entertainment of the audience.
That's. Oh yeah, I really gotta watch Primal. I don't really care about Dragon Prince. I remember my old roommate watched it and it didn't catch my eye.
I'm telling you, man, McFoley, you can't get more pure than him. If and when he passes away, it's going to be the saddest fucking day in anyone's life. He has to be in the Mount Rushmore of purity.
Actually, so there's a weird thing I stumbled across.
McFoley was in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Do you remember that?
I actually don't. Who did he play?
He played a character called the Boulder, which was
that was him?
Yeah.
I thought that was... Oh, wow, okay. I remember the Boulder, yeah, the parody of The Rock.
Yeah. Originally they wanted Dwayne Johnson to play the role, but they couldn't get him, so they got Mick Foley. So it's like, hey, Mick, can you do an impression of your former tag team partner, The Rock? And he's like,
I didn't even realize that was him.
Yep, he was the Boulder.
That's
was
awesome.
Great. The Boulder has no frictions whatsoever. He was fantastic.
Jimmy's asking if you were talking about Christina V voicing Nep. No, Christina V doesn't voice Nep. I don't think she does.
No, Christina V voices Nep Gear. Nep's little sister.
Neptunia and Nep Gear are different characters. Isn't there like an ending where Nep Gear kills everyone?
Yeah, and I want to actually make a fucking fanfic based off of that.
Sounds awesome.
Where Neptune gets sucked into that universe where her sister becomes an evil tyrant. I don't know. I just thought it would be more engaging that way.
Yeah. Oh, actually, those random things. When we talk about adult cartoons, the thing I kind of wanted to bring up is Netflix is currently getting dunked on hard because they greenlit a show called Chicago Party Ant that it looks like every other animated show they have. And they're going based on the Twitter account, and it's a Twitter, and it's based on the Twitter account, Chicago Party, and everyone's like, what the fuck is this Twitter account? And everyone looks at it, and they're going this thing gets 10 likes per post on average, has less than 50,000 followers, and nobody relevant follows it, and they find out, oh wait, the guy who runs it, it's his shitty stand-up character from his bad stand-up routine in Chicago, and he's a writer for Netflix. So it's that scene of Obama giving a medal to himself where he gave himself a TV show based on his stupid character nobody cares about. And then it led to everybody going, why don't you give Drill a show? Because he's the true he's the true the true Twitter account that should have a show. Not sure what it would be, but it would be amazing.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
No, go for it.
Just
if you don't know. Oh yeah, if you don't know Drill, he's a Wint on Twitter who made the legendary post of it's like, hey, so here's my breakdown of how much money. Here's my breakdown of how much money I spend. I spend per month. Okay, so rent is $600, food $200. Miscellaneous $500, candles $3,000. Someone who's good at finance, please help. My family's starving. Buy less candles. No. One of my favorite tweets ever. Oh, good night, Chimp. Sorry. It's probably my voice killing your ears, but I apologize. How's broken Lisa Kudrow? Have Lisa Kudrow. Hey, who's Lisa Kudrow again? Whatever. New My Little Pony movie. I don't really have an opinion on it because I haven't seen anything about it. I know Chris Chan, before all this shit came out, did a video threatening Hasbro, saying the My Little Pony characters are real and they don't want to be in this movie. And so you need to cancel it right away and greenlight 5 more seasons of Friendship is Magic, or else the timeline's going to get messed up, because that's the current Chris Chan saga going on. But yeah, I don't really have an opinion. I was big into Friendship is Magic for a while, but I never finished watching it. I probably should, because I remember the quality of the show never really went down all that much. I still liked it and thought every episode was funny. I just kind of lost the will to continue following it. So I was having more fun with fan works, and then all the fan work stopped after season 4, I want to say. The season after Twilight became an alicorn was when all the fan work had dried up as well. peak My Little Pony was the Hot Diggity Demon dot move series. In my opinion.
Okay, I can answer some of that. I
Okay.
believe he dropped out after season 2, which was still going strong despite the fact that
I didn't drop out after season 2. I dropped out I think I finished the season after Twilight became an Alicorn because they had that cool D fight. Yeah.
That was the end of season 2, wasn't it?
No, Alicorn I think was season 3 or 4. Let me see. Magical Mystery Cure. Why do I still remember the name? I still remember the name of the episode. Magical Mystery Cure. I remember Thanks M.A. Larson was my favorite. I mean, season 3, episode 13. And then I watched the season after because I remember that hype-ass fight against Tyrek that was better than like every Dragon Ball Z fight had been.
Yeah, probably, because Dragon
It's
Ball
really
fans are
good.
idiots.
It's so fucking good. Yeah, My Little Pony had a better Dragon Ball Z fight than Dragon Ball Z did. And then I think I stopped around season 5.
Well, I dropped after season 2, so...
I'd recommend watching the finale for season 4. There's a lot of good episodes in that. Yeah, in season 4, they like Twilight ended up with they had to explore like her new. They explored like a castle at one, found like ancient elements and shit. Because yeah, keep in mind, My Little Pony at its core is a high fantasy series. That was one of the jokes they made in Stranger Things was explaining to one of the kids' sisters like, "Oh no, you're a huge nerd. You like My Little Pony? That's just Dungeons and Dragons." Stranger Things season 3 was good. Everyone's hard on it. Let's. I'm looking at the episode right now. Okay. Yep. I left off on. I don't even know what episode I have no idea where I left off now. Whatever. I'll just go through all of them. I know I left off on an episode where, like right after Pinkie Pie and Applejack found out they might be related. But anyway, we'll move on from this because I'll talk about that for a while. Lupin the Third. I need to get into Lupin the Third for how much Al talks to me about it. Fun fact: Inspector Gadget exists because of Lupin the Third.
Okay, that much I do know, and I remember he and I had discussion about it when we were talking about the Lupin the Eighth pilot that never got aired.
Yep.
Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with the story. For those that don't know, there was going to be a Lupin the Eighth series. It was going to be like a sci-fi thing where the descendant of Lupin's a detective.
Yep.
And they started making it, like, I think they had all the animatics done, and anime had no voice acting or something like that. And then, like, the project fell through, and the studio afterward just turned all their existing assets into Inspector Gadget.
Yep. That's correct.
It was going to be an American adaptation of Lupin the Third, and then they just stopped, and that's how we have Inspector Gadget. Go, Gadget Fujiko!
Wowzers.
That's where Fujiko got that, like, punching glove between her legs. I gotta like binge on some anime. I should really just watch Yatter Nights. Because we were talking about that a little while ago, and I was really curious about it.
I still haven't seen the season finale of Zombieland Saga.
You should. Good.
I know.
All of Zombieland Saga is pretty good. I want a season 3.
It's just that Tiger Mask Double.
You finished Tiger Mask Double!
I know, but those fights are so fucking realistic. You know, it's not somebody throws somebody into the wall, into 3 walls, and then they know something. Here's the fucked up part. I actually tried to push that anime during most of the tabletop sessions. I don't know if
Nobody.
it I don't know if it was my friend from the anime club or Terry, but one or two were like, why did they make an anime adaptation off of this one wrestler? And I go, motherfucker! Satoru Sayama based this character off of a fictional character, off of a Tiger Mask in comic book / anime form.
What the fuck is wrong with me? Okay, I remember exactly where I left off on My Little Pony. So it's an episode where Applejack spends a holiday with Pinkie Pie's family, and the episode after that is a Nightmare Night episode. Nightmare Night was my favorite episode. So what the hell? Why did I stop at literally the Halloween episode? Guess I'll have to watch that tonight.
I don't know. The last episode I stopped at, it was my niece's birthday party. She had a My Little Pony themed birthday party. And coincidentally, there was an episode that featured my favorite musician of all time, Weird Al Yankovic. Yep.
That episode's great. Oh.
I was like, well, yep. Glad I came here.
Yeah, that episode's really good. But yeah, no, if you watch season 2, the Nightmare Night is a really good episode. Most guys like Luna as a character.
Is that the Halloween one?
That's the Halloween episode.
I've seen that one. Is that the one where she talks with a booming voice?
Yes, because she's royalty, and that's how they talked when she was banished the first time. We must speak use the royal we and use this much volume when addressing our subjects.
But what the fuck was I talking about?
Friendship with Witchcraft did that very well, and they made that episode so she was a weeb that nobody wanted to hang around. And and Twilight Sparkle was dressed as her favorite character from Roppongi Kenshin.
Remember that one episode about the depressed donkey?
That episode's great.
You know who voices that donkey?
He sounds really familiar. Who is it?
Richard Newman, who voices popular characters like Rhinox in Beast Wars.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't.
Or M. Bison from the Street Fighter cartoon.
He voiced Franklin.
I killed my father too, but you don't hear me whining about it.
Yeah. One second, I gotta step away for a minute. Ugh.
Look at that glorious view. Man, that might be the current view of my fucking Weeb and Talkin streams. I don't know what you guys think. I'm sorry, I can't get enough of the Superdome. It's an icon of New Orleans, and that's why I want to look at it all the time.
Alright,
Well, I had nothing, so...
Carnage, I don't know anything about Dragon Prince. And then, yeah, I need to finish Higurashi Go. I finished the first arc. No, Kimmy, you're fine. No, I'm actually liking. I think there's quite a lot of variety in the chat today. It's nice. It's not dominated by any one person, despite how much I like domination. Ha ha ha.
He wants a dummy, mommy. That being said, I agree with Squiggleton on chat feedback. That being said, I wasn't paying attention to most of it, especially when I've been going off on telling my anecdotes. But I'm glad you're at least able to contribute. That being said, man, I need to start a wrestling promotion in my fucking personal stream, just in case, just in case we can't do a D&D stream, and I'll have to talk to Magus about it. Cause I don't know, I still want to do a D20 session, and I think the easiest thing to do as a substitute would be a classic territory style wrestling promotion. Hey, remember that time when Jerry Lawler threw a fireball at Leatherface?
What?
Yeah, look it up, dude.
How did I not know about this? I never had. I don't know. I'm not really an energy drink person, but yeah, I don't know. The name Bang energy drink always makes me laugh. See, Jerry Lawler leather. What the fuck?
My name is Chad.
Let's see here.
I don't even understand the build up to this, but whatever.
What even? What? Why? I love copyright infringement in wrestling. Oh, fuck. It's like that time RoboCop came out to save Sting. That's my favorite. That video of it where it cuts off. It's like, oh no, he can't get out of there, and here comes RoboCop. It makes me laugh every time. That guy who's playing Leatherface is really selling it. Oh, Leatherface getting hit with a chair.
Here's the thing. 30 years later, apparently John Morrison and The Miz were eaten by zombies.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that was terrible.
And Chris Jericho responded to that by saying, way to set wrestling back 30 years. And I'm like, actually, you're not wrong if you consider the RoboCop shit.
Wrong. Yeah.
You're not wrong. Because it's been almost exactly 30 years with the RoboCop bullshit.
Yep. They should just bring back RoboCop on like an anniversary.
Well, Jim Hurd likes to do stupid shit. Jim Cornette, not as much.
Oh, Archie Meets the Punisher is great.
Yeah, I heard it was a great comic. I need to read that.
You know, people don't like the Archie comics have remained like pretty good because there's like a lot of like interesting storylines they do, and sometimes it gets like sometimes there's like a weird situation where like Riverdale's like a bizarre pocket dimension where everything is okay all the time and the world around them is a hellscape.
Yeah, but where is that one person in Riverdale who's like, you know what? I understand Betty and Veronica were attractive, but where's a plus-size cutie for me?
No, too bad. You know, go on the outskirts of town.
That's pretty much where I have to go.
They are very.
That being said, I did see a plus-size Wario and Waluigi cosplayers, and they were pretty hot. And no, I'm not going to share their images right here out of respect for them.
That's for your personal cattle.
Well, you make it sound so fucking disturbing and pervy, but
No, that's what I do.
But no, I actually think they did a great job cosplay, especially since they got the height proportions accurate. The Wario cosplay is shorter, and the Waluigi one is taller. And they were both in skirts. I mean, no.
Yeah, hell yeah. Skirts are a great invention. That's why I like to wear kilts, too. Pants were a mistake.
it's funny because the main referee in my wrestling tabletop match wore a kilt. And when I confronted him later that Sunday, he was at that fucking dining cafe. He came up to me, he's like, I don't know if I told you about this, but that is a legitimate title belt. It's worth at least $1,000.
Oh.
So, yeah, I was
selling
like,
that. Cool.
I'm like, yep. Here's the thing, I'm not gonna sell that bad boy because let's be honest, $1,000 ain't gonna get you much anywhere in life anyway. So
Belts will get you further. Okay, I'm trying to find what the hell you're talking about, Kimmy. Like Sonic meeting Freddy Krueger, and all I'm seeing is Mugen fights.
I don't know. Point is, that title belt is gonna be buried with me, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's my will right there. It's like, nope, I'm gonna wear the belt. I'm gonna die.
Oh, I guess there's a leak that the next Nintendo Direct is in September.
Because here's the thing, MechaCon was kind of a disaster. Steve Bloom and Emmy McGee didn't show up. There weren't a whole lot of panels of interest. But despite all that, I didn't hate this convention. I didn't go into this and going, oh, I hope I get out of here as soon as possible. Nope. And I stayed till the bitter end. MechaCon was fucking fantastic. And like I said, I stand tall as a champion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I want to run that wrestling promotion as a substitute just in case we can't do our D&D sessions. But I don't know. I need to talk to Magus about this. But let's see if we can actually do a session tomorrow. Tom, is Mishka going to be available tomorrow?
Tom, chat or?
I'm waiting. I know there's a delay here.
Yeah, 'cause I haven't seen him say anything. You must cross over meeting fictional characters. I mean, I'm trying to think of some crossovers I'd really like. I'm a huge fan of the Tommy Westfall universe, which is that like Saint Elsewhere thing of cataloging every series that's touched. Yeah, that's like touched another series. And there's a lot of them. Most of television, and then like video games I think is even crazier because like everything that Capcom has been in is probably like every Smash character interacts with every Capcom character, interacts with most of SNK.
How is Monster Hunter Stories 2 for you?
I really, really like it. I'm having a good time. I'm in like the third village, which is pretty cool, but it's kind of callback village that's referencing the first game a lot, which I never played and seems nobody did. So I'm in the same boat as the main character, which is kind of funny because you get people talking about that, and then the main character's like, "Yeah, sure."
What does your character look like in the game?
Dark skin, red eyes. She has the big dumb heart eyes, and right now she has a hairstyle with cat ears because I unlocked the Narakuga hair. Previously, she had glasses, and then I changed it to a like top knot ponytail that was pink and blue.
Okay, that's funny because my character is also tan skinned with a fang tooth.
Oh yeah, she has a fang as well.
She
No, I gave her the puffy lips. My bad. Like the lips that are
Either way, she looks like Nadia's ugly looking little sister.
Fair enough.
When am I gonna play Sakura Wars? I don't know. I guess when I finish Trails of Cold Steel 4 privately on my time, which is something I need to do.
Games are long. I mean, hey, I'm like probably like 25 hours into stories, and I feel like I'm nowhere close to the end.
Yeah.
But then again, my friend like beat the game, and she said it has a crazy end game. I played the co-op with her a little bit. I think the co-op's a bit disappointing. Mostly because it has PvP, and I'm like, I am so underleveled and I have no good gear, and I was getting one-shotted by everything, even though they balanced out your levels. Like it just did not compare. But yeah. Ugh. I think it's a good time to call it. You sound like you're kind of tired and drunk.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe now's a good time to call it.
Yep.
I don't know if we're gonna show up next week, but
we say that every week.
That is true. But it's not because I don't trust myself. It's because I don't trust my fucking fragile computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your was born with glass bones and paper skin.
Yeah. But with that said, I hope to see you guys next time. And with that, this is Darkscream signing out.
So Screw Within signing off.
Take care, everybody.
Good.